Welcome back, I'm Stan.
I'm Guy.
And we are doing our October Wrestling Roundtable. This is part 3, where we are going to go through the pay-per-view cards and pick our winners. That being said, we have a match for Hell in a Cell now. But we'll start with less than a week away, No Mercy, the SmackDown pay-per-view. Which I have five matches that we'll have to make our state our opinions on. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work up to the top because the top I think is most interesting. The bottom being the first match, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt.
Oh man, you can't keep burying Bray Wyatt.
This is a match I'm torn about. The build-up has been kind of weird. Like, really weird.
Yeah.
B, I agree. But I also don't know if you can have Randy Orton lose.
Like 3 straight times.
Yeah. You're putting you're putting an established superstar, it's established top card guy against a future top card guy, really.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not an easy win-win in this. I think the match could be really good, but I think no matter who wins and who loses, you lose.
Yeah, I think Orton takes it, though, ultimately.
I'm going to be hopeful and say Wyatt wins, and it becomes part of a larger feud. But either way, in your case, if Orton wins, you buried Bray Wyatt again.
Yeah.
If Wyatt wins, you've made Orton look weaker.
Yeah.
It should be a good match. Not a great match, but a good match.
Yeah, I agree.
The second match on the No Mercy card that has been released is The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. IC title versus career.
I think Miz wins.
I'm going to say that this is when Ziggler finally starts to get his push. The Miz has done a great job carrying the IC title. But I think maybe now it's time to have that payoff, and maybe they start to build Ziggler a little bit.
I'm going to say Miz is going to win by disqualification. I think the ref is going to see something, and Ziggler will win, but Miz will retain the title.
Okay, gotcha.
So it'll be a DQ because the ref will see something, and then Ziggler will just... He won, but he didn't win the title, and add more to that.
Oh, we're going to add fuel to the fire?
Yeah.
You think you're going to see the blow-off at Survivor Series? I could see that. I didn't even think about that. I think Ziggler wins regardless, though. I don't think that any of those Ziggler's going somewhere else stuff is true.
Yeah.
They may have missed the boat on the biggest Ziggler opportunity already, but I think that there's still some opportunity there to make him successful. We'll go to the match that ultimately we both have very strong opinions on. Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title.
Becky Lynch.
I picked Becky Lynch too.
Yeah.
Don't care, we'll fast forward through it. It's horrible. Yoda, you watch this. That's why we need you here, because you actually have an opinion. And then the final 2 matches, Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Titles. One thing I didn't mention earlier, have you seen the Usos' new entrance?
Yeah, it's just kind of plain.
Yeah, they're kind of more gangster.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Where do you think that match goes?
I think Heath Slater and Rhino win.
I'm going to pick Heath Slater and Rhino as well. Wouldn't surprise me if they put the titles on the Usos.
Yeah, you can keep a feud going with that.
I think that you do have Heath Slater and Rhino come out the victors. I don't know. It's going to be the Usos beating the crap out of Heath Slater. Rhino comes in, cleans house. It's going to be the standard formula.
One thing they could do is have the Usos win and get major heat with the Alpha.
American Alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where it's going to go. I could see Heath Slater and Rhino winning, but Heath Slater or Rhino getting injured. And kind of building that. Who knows? That's my pick. I think Heath Slater and Rhino win, but one of the two gets hurt. The Usos hurt one of them.
Yeah, that could be. Rhino has an election coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they hurt Rhino and force them to vacate the titles or whatever, and we'll see what happens. And the final match that we have, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus John Cena in the world title match. And it's not an elimination. Cena could become 16-time champ.
That's tough, because it's, if he achieves that milestone, it's at a regular pay-per-view. I think that's something they should save for at least one of the big four.
My thought on it is Cena doesn't win. I don't know. I think ultimately AJ Styles retains.
Yeah.
By something dastardly. Whatever it might be. Whatever it is, builds heat for a AJ Styles John Cena match at Survivor Series.
Yep.
And that's where Cena takes it. So my pick is AJ Styles.
Here's a random thought that I just now processed. How are they going to do the winner of the Royal Rumble facing the champion at WrestleMania?
It's a good question. Maybe that's the way that you get Raw could get the title back in theory. I don't know. It's something to think about.
That's interesting. Like, would they get to pick who they want?
Maybe. Maybe it becomes like a Money in the Bank contract type deal. So that is No Mercy. Hell in the Cell, the one match that we know about, would be Roman Reigns versus Rusev. Hell in the Cell. Opinions on that?
I don't think there's going to be anything spectacular.
I think Roman Reigns retains the title.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's going to be kind of a piss-poor match, honestly.
It's really tough. It'll be really tough to follow up prior Hell in a Cell matches.
Well, you can't beat the original.
No.
You can't even beat some of the new ones.
Nope.
So,
I mean, even Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania in Hell in a Cell. Like, they did stuff in that no way Reigns or Rusev is going to do.
no. And I hope for both of their sakes they don't, because I don't want to see either one of them get hurt.
No.
They're both young.
Yeah. Here's what you'll see: a spear through the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, that without a doubt. So, that pretty much wraps up the pay-per-views upcoming. Any other predictions that will happen in the next month before we film again?
Oh, I'm gonna say Lesnar's gonna fight Braun Strowman on Raw. I'm gonna go out and say that.
All right.
Because Braun Strowman wants competition, legitimate competition, and he called out Mick Foley. And who else do you have free except for Mark Henry and the Big Show? And who the hell wants to see that?
I don't really have any predictions for what's going to happen in the next month. I don't think we're going to see anything amazing. Ultimately, I'm going to be cheap and say that Kurt Hawkins has an underwhelming return.
Yep. Considering the fact that he was supposed to debut like 2 weeks ago, and they just keep running promo vignettes on him.
Yep.
Yeah. That kind of blew past me a little bit. It's kind of worn out its welcome.
Yeah. And I also... I expect more of the same. We're going to have another month of pretty much nothing happening, and
yeah.
So yeah, that about wraps up our wrestling roundtable for October. I know this one's pretty short, but it's the way it works out when we ain't got much for the card. Thanks for watching again. Like, comment, and subscribe. Give us ideas. Share your thoughts with us. Give us things to discuss on the show. We're always up for whatever it might be. And we look forward to seeing you all again in November. Thanks for watching, guys.